Hey there, how's it going? Welcome to Watersong's Workshop, the place where I work on my character ideas, try out art challenges, and try to make your day a little bit brighter. So today, I thought I would show you my process when I get commissions for characters. I asked permission to post these before I made this video, because sometimes commissions can be very personal, and I didn't want to cross any boundaries. So, let's jump on in. This one was a very fun piece. I was tasked to make a mischievous and playful, yet sweet and clumsy girl that loves wearing oversized sweatshirts with shorts. One of the biggest things she wanted, though, is to give her some wings and a peacock-looking tail with reds and oranges to resemble the Chinese phoenix. My first thought was to give her a fun, carefree pose with a big smile to capture her personality. The wings and tail were something I'm not super familiar with, but it was definitely a fun workshop to figure out their basic shapes and movements. For the colors, I made sure that the basic colors were all different values, so there was a variety of colors that could keep your eyes flowing. I also wanted to make sure that I kept most of the colors warm and vibrant to keep the phoenix wings feeling hot, and then a cool blue for the sweatshirt to make a good contrast. I also tried something new this time when it came to my highlighting. I've heard that a rim light or a bounce light can give even more depth to art, and you'll see that near the end of the speed draw. I personally like it. It looks interesting, but I feel like I need more practice with it to make it look correct. But what do you think? Also, side note, trying to simplify a peacock feather to fit my art style is a lot harder than I initially realized, but I think I accomplished it. But here we are, the finished product. I really like it, and I'm slowly learning more and more as I continue to draw. Let's go to my next project. These next two are two new players that joined the D&D campaign that I'm currently running. We'll start with Davy. Davy is a changeling rogue who prefers to keep her appearance mostly humanoid, with a thick fluffy tail and a pair of cat ears. She's incredibly sweet, but also incredibly chaotic. Her motives for what she does are still mostly unknown to the rest of the party. Her backstory is tragic. Her mother had passed away years ago after she and her father went on a hunting trip. When her father asked her to go on another hunting trip, she felt endangered and was positive he was going to betray her. So, she decided her only way to escape was to murder her father, steal all the weapons from home, and burn it to the ground. Nothing was to remain. Despite this heavy burden, she seems to keep her composure around the party, going so far as to protect some of them and donate a large sum of money to a simple shopkeep so they could start a new life. Design-wise, she likes to keep to her gray tones, seemingly to reflect her morality choices, with pops of an earthy orange. I thought it would be fun to show her quirky side with the peace sign, contrasting with her dark past with the bloody knife. I think the biggest critique I have for myself on this one is that I made her thighs much bigger than what is suited for a rogue. But, you know what they say, thick thighs are best thighs. That's not what they say. Well, it is now. But anyways, here is the finished work for Davy. This next one is also from a player who joined my homebrew campaign, and their character is named Shadow. He is also a changeling rogue, keeping his appearance more humanoid with a wolf tail and a set of ears he keeps hidden under his hood. Shadow is the edgy boy you imagine he is, complete with tragedy, the loner personality, and a set of all-black clothes with spikes and chains resembling a gothic style. He was raised in Umbella village as an upperclassman in a family of secret assassins. One day while he was off on a contract, his family was murdered. The only sign left behind was a small golden crest, with a shuriken peeking over the ocean as if it was the sun itself rising over the sea. His mission now? Retribution, by any means possible. So far, he has deduced that the crest belongs to the Ceremony Coast Temple, a monastery full of radical monks who wish to fix the issue of poverty by killing off the upper class. This also happens to be one of my other party members' old homes, so they are currently making their way to this monastery to confront the issues they have head-on. I hope I made Shadow look as edgy as he should be. I personally really like how he turned out. I think I had the same issues with the thighs, but you know what I say about thick thighs now. But anyways, here is my finished work for Shadow. So, this last one wasn't a commission, it's more like a bonus piece. Remember how I'm working on a world full of Pokemon as D&D characters? Well, I was looking back through my teams that I made before I started showing my stuff on YouTube, and I realized that there was one team I never finished. So here is my interpretation of Mudsdale as a D&D character. So I haven't fully finished the story for this campaign. All I know is that it is set on the Bounceline Isles, which is an archipelago near the equator in the southeast hemisphere of the world. The basic quest is that there is a challenge set up for teams to accomplish, and the winners of this grand trial receive glory, fame, and unending riches. This guy here is Colton Goldrudder, a barbarian tribe member of one of the island's many diverse nomadic clans. The leader of their tribe has recently passed, and there has been a fight to determine who their next leader should be. Colton believes that if he proves himself in the grand trial, he will be given the glory and recognition to prove that he is the most worthy for this title. His stats show that he can endure almost anything with his insane constitution. His strength, dexterity, and charisma are also incredibly good, as he has trained his body and leadership skills to be worthy of a chief. His wisdom is average. While he knows about survival, his knowledge of medicine and insight to how others truly feel are mediocre at best. His lowest stat is intelligence, because he is unfortunately not world-wise. Design-wise, I wanted the full group to make sense in a hot island environment, so the majority of them have rich, darker skin tones. I also wanted to make sure Mudsdale was represented well with coiled dreads, a warhammer that resembled his hooves, and some leg warmers that mimic his legs. I also gave him some tribal tattoos, a loincloth, and rippling muscles to really drive home the barbarian vibe. And there's the finished work for my interpretation of Mudsdale as a D&D character. Now he just needs the rest of his party. So let's slide him in right there. Perfect. And that concludes my commission workshop. What did you think? Personally, I can definitely see my stuff slowly improving. I think my next big focus should be on being consistent with my anatomy. What would you like to see next from me? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching, it means the world to me. So, until next time, keep being fantastic, and I'll see you around.